Ooh, if you're a gay leftist, definitely ask to join because
Okay.
I would love to. Walter, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, man? Is my mic coming in good? People usually say it's like louder shit, so I just want to make sure it's good.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, I guess I had a few questions, uh, somewhat like related to the debate, but primarily just kind of like from your perspective. I guess like the first thing I would want to ask when it came to kind of like the questions you were asking to Ackman, you'd make a lot of like direct statements, and I believe they were either exaggerated or oftentimes baseless. One of the big ones that I think like a point of contention for people was saying Ackman got paid out by Activision. For that specific one, like him being paid out by Activision, where did that like come from? Like, did you have like a point of reference beyond just he said he enjoyed playing Black Ops 6, or
Are you how familiar are you with him and his videos?
I'm very familiar. I was a really big fan of him for years. Nowadays,
So,
I still like him, but I'm pretty critical of overall like his the
yeah.
way he handles certain situations, especially drama.
Are you familiar with his New World video?
Yes, that's the one I mentioned to you in like the
Oh,
Discord.
oh,
That
okay.
was in fact one of my criticisms of, I guess, when you argued with him was when you initially brought up like the shilling of like, hey, did you get the checks for
Yeah,
payday 3? Did you get the check for
yeah,
BO6? What kind of
yeah.
confused me about that, the payday 3 one I get, but the BO6 one, when again, like Ackman's been very critical of Activision, to me that was just like the stupidest way to go, because you have like actual credible evidence that you could use against him. Not only do you have the New World video, which was the one I
Mhm,
brought up when we were talking about in the Discord, he also
mhm.
had a full sponsored video of AFK Journey, the fucking phone game. And again, he used it as like a, hey guys, this is like my thoughts on this game, you should definitely try it out. My voice is 100%, or my word is 100% credible. But it was obviously like a sponsor, so if you're going for the Ackman as a shill route, there's like there's actual like credible evidence you could use. But
Yeah,
like, because you didn't use, I get you said like you didn't really research much of it, but because you didn't use
yeah,
that, that's why that was my biggest like, I guess,
yeah,
question of why didn't you use what was already there? Why did you jump to like, oh, he's paid out by Activision, he has handlers? Because I know it maybe is like an exaggerated part on your end, or like you're playing it up, as for a show, but it kind of just comes off as like cartoonish.
no, dude, you're absolutely right, and I think, like, I yeah, no, dude, you're absolutely right. I should have done my research. I should have, there's way more stuff on him, and it goes way deeper. And I disappointed my community a little bit because look, I'm a YouTuber. I make videos. I don't do debates. And when you do a debate, you really have to like research the shit out of the person. And I didn't do my due diligence there. And I let my community down a little bit. And um no, dude, you're absolutely right. There's stuff, there's shilling stuff that he's done that was way worse than the stuff I brought up was like, oh, it really seems like you're shilling here, and then what you're bringing up, like with New World and with AFK Journey, is like proof that he did. And so, anyway, yeah, Walter, you're right, dude.
Yeah, I see some people in the chat saying that like my mic is bad. I'm sorry. Is this better?
No,
Is
no,
this
dude.
better? No, sorry. I'll
You're
turn it down.
fine.
I'll turn it down. Sorry, it's always been too loud.
Yeah, no, you're
But yeah,
fine, dude.
no, I get, and I guess like I do appreciate like that. I guess moving past the debate, because for me, like, yeah, there's like plenty of things you can rip out in the debate. I think the aftermath was really bad. And I do appreciate now that you're kind of like coming in and being like, well, yeah, I didn't do research, or like, yeah, like
Yeah,
this could have done better. I feel like I
yeah,
let this down. I do feel like when it comes to credibility, again, like you can take an L, or like people can roast you for a week, but the way you
yeah.
respond, that's going to be how people really remember you, is the way you react. And that's like with Ackman, something that I will personally criticize him is there were a lot of controversies he involved himself in, like heel versus babyface and like leaking
Yeah.
DMs, where it wasn't so much the initial conflict, it was the way in which he reacted. And that's why people said that he lost credibility, and why they were far more skeptical of his word. it was far less to do with just like, oh, you took an L. It was the way you reacted. And so like what we've
Yep.
seen from like kind of your behavior up to now was
Yep.
that you at first unlisted the stream, disabled comments. Then I believe from what I heard, people were telling me you talked to the community and they kind of encouraged you to make the video public again. So you did, and you re-enabled the comments. Then immediately after that, like the next day, you age restrict the video, which it says like requested by user. So you age restricted the video. That one I might understand because of like either the language that was used in it, or I believe there was like a certain section in the stream where Actman said like
Yeah.
what was
yeah.
it? It was something that was like, I guess like an alt-right like type like statement. It was to prove a point, but that could like potentially like hurt your channel. So I get that, but then you disabled the comments again. And so it was that flipping back. I remember initially you demodded Grim. I know you gave that back to him, but initially you demodded him when he was telling you to calm down. And it was just those type of actions where I think a lot of people, like myself included, felt like it was very telling of like, do you want to like, I guess, comment that like what was going on with you, why that was happening, I guess?
Dude, it was just dumb, and I haven't dealt with this shit before, and yeah, dude, I'm just new to this shit. And it was dumb, and I'm kind of learning as I go here, and I've learned. So from my perspective, like as a YouTuber, you always want your audience to be growing and your subscribers to be growing, and um that I had done a debate on Thursday that had negative subscribers on it, and then our debate had negative subscribers. And me as a YouTuber who wants my channel to grow, I'm like, well, why would I keep it like anytime I have a video up that's giving me negative subscribers, I'm like, shit, I probably shouldn't have that video up. And so I took it down, and then everybody was like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't take a video down. And I was like, ah, yeah, you guys are probably right. And so, Walter, yeah, dude, this is just new to me, man. This is new to me. Like, I don't know if you know this, but 3 months ago, I had a 5,000 subscriber YouTube channel that nobody gave a shit about, and I made one video about masculinity that has 2.5 million views, and now I have 150,000 YouTube subscribers, and I'm like learning shit as I go, and yeah,
No, I mean I can understand that, like,
yeah,
because at the end of the day, like, and like I get it, like at the end of the day, like it's just YouTube, right? So I'm not trying to like hold you up to like a standard that's impossible to be met, like, oh, you've been doing this for years, or oh, you know, you're like, yeah, again, like you're like you're like PewDiePie, where like you've been doing this for so long,
yeah.
but kind of, I guess, following that,
Are you a YouTuber?
not a successful one.
And there we go,
But
Walter.
part of that, and I guess when you say like,
There we
oh
go.
yeah, no, not at all, bro. Like I've done like a few videos, and it's definitely only a hobby. It's never going to be a career for me. When you
Yeah.
do say that though, that like you feel like you don't want to leave the video up because it's going to be like negative for your channel, you're losing subscribers. I feel
Yeah,
like you're failing to see the long-term effect by removing it, because by removing something, it seems like you're trying to silence it, you're trying to hide it.
yeah,
And by trying to hide it, especially your past, it will
yeah.
only make it louder when people expose you for that. And I hope that you have learned that lesson, because if you continue that type of behavior, if you continue to try and act in a way
Dude,
where you hide your
well,
mistakes instead of owning up to
I
them,
only
you're gonna
eh,
fuck yourself over, man. I'm just being real.
well, no, dude, absolutely, and, don't say continue because just to be clear, I did that one time, okay? I've never hidden I mean, I've hidden videos in the past that nobody gave a shit about and people don't know about them because it's like, I put a video up and I've been like, "Oh, man, everybody hates this. Why would I keep this up?" And so, this is the first time that I have this is the first and only time that I've taken a video down or that I've taken the comments off of something. And how old are you?
I'm 23.
So young Zoomers like yourself, I did not know that you guys that's like a really really big deal to y'all is like, "Oh fuck, he turned comments off and he pulled the
Okay,
video like
I think that's not just a Zoomer thing. That's like a general YouTube thing, and I feel like this was, you would see
yeah,
like left, like especially like go back 10 years ago to like Gamergate shit, like dumb shit like that, right? And when
yeah.
it was like leftist YouTubers, right, or like left leaning
No,
people or
you're
big
right. You're right.
companies, when they
Yeah,
disable
you're right.
comments,
Oh yeah.
Everybody fucking flamed it. That's not like a Zoomer thing. That's always been
Okay.
YouTube. If you like
Yeah, you're
back
right.
when the dislike button was still there, when you would hide your likes and dislikes, you were called a pussy for it. It's
You're right.
always been that
You're
way.
right. No, you're right. You're right, dude. You're right. Dude, you're right, Walter. And like, dude, I just haven't done this shit very long. That's all I'm gonna say is I haven't done it very long. And I learned some stuff through this process. And look, I'm a YouTube video maker guy. And for me to here's what happened the past couple days. Old Andy Pants dipped his toe into the internet drama world, and I'm a little bit like, I'm not sure if I want to be. I'm not sure if I want to dip my toe into the internet drama world, to be honest. So
Yeah, it's the most cannibalistic fucking community you could ever find. They'll eat you alive, buddy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, dude, but I did tell Ackman though that like, dude, like I had him on my channel, and all my only intent was just to gently roast the guy, and it was like, okay, let's move on from this, and he might be working on another bigger video that's a critique of me, but I do happen to know that he has quite a few controversies behind him. So if he wants to make another big video attacking me, I will of course have to make another big video attacking him. But through this process, I've
Why do
learned
you have to?
because that's just how it works, dude.
No, why would you personally feel like it is necessary? Like you would only do it if he made a video on you? Like there's no other reason?
Because I think if he's going to do this whole I'm going to expose Andy Pants thing, then I think he needs to be exposed as well. But if he's
See,
willing
so
to,
here's one thing.
but,
If he does a big expose video and he says a
but
bunch of shit that isn't true, or he frames it in a way that's out of context, I could completely understand why you would want to respond and clear that record. And
right,
then from there, you could pull like, this is disingenuous, Ackman. In fact, there's shit on you, and here it is. But if you just
exactly.
started as, but here's like my issue is like the intent of you going into it. You sound very vindictive. You're going
No,
into it,
brother,
and no,
no,
like because you're going into it saying, well, if he makes a video on me, then I have to make a video on him. I have
I
to
don't,
take
I
him
don't,
down a
I
peg,
don't,
and I know there's shit in his closet. But like,
I don't.
don't come from that angle. You need to come from an angle of you're looking after your integrity, like your personal thing. But it seems like you're so hell bent on trying to take him down a peg personally.
No, dude. No, no, no. Well, but you didn't listen to what I just said. What I said just before that is I'm willing to take this as a lesson learned. Like I
So
don't want
learn
to
the
jump.
lesson, bro.
I
Like
did.
don't focus on
Bro,
we need to take down the
no,
axe
no, no.
man. Like
You didn't listen. Hang on. Walter, you didn't listen. I said I am ready to move on from this. If he is not ready to move on from this, if he wants to make another video burning me down, then I will reciprocate. But I don't want to. I'm ready to let bygones be bygones and move on. And we'll see if the Act Man is. So
it's just I guess it's just weird because to me it takes two to have a shit flinging contest, and like I said, irregardless, I was saying this earlier, irregardless of what he's doing, irregardless of the videos he makes, the shit that he like throws at you, whatever, like you don't have to respond. You may feel that you
absolutely.
need to, but like
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, the like you have full control in stopping it, and it's by like not continuing. Like,
That's gay, dude. That's gay.
so what do you mean that's gay? Say why that's gay.
That's gay because you're like, oh, only violence begets more violence.
No, it's not violence gets more, but like for you, you said that you're already willing to let bygones be bygones, right?
Right now,
So
I
that
am.
that falls
Yeah.
into a category of like I would relate it to like how I
Look,
see like forgiveness. And when I forgive someone, it's not because I expect them to apologize to me when they fucked me over. It's
mhm,
because I'm letting go of whatever they've done to me, the wrong they've done to me. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not
mhm,
going to waste my time or energy on this anymore,
mhm.
irregardless of if you're sorry, irregardless of anything. I'm not going to forget what you did, but I forgive you in the sense that I'm not going to let this bother me anymore. I'm going to move on, and I'm not going to acknowledge it anymore because
Dude,
I
when
have
you're
full
yeah,
control. But you're acting as if like Actman's fucking like what he does is going to control your actions, like following that. Like you feel
dude,
like you have to respond.
I didn't say that. Walter, sweetie, when you're a huge YouTuber, you can do things your way. All right. Thank you, Walter. I appreciate you. I appreciate your thoughts. That gave me something to think about. I'm gonna move on to.
Oh, there you go, guys. I wanted to give him one more compliment since I'm already off of this. Before I bring him back in, or before I mean unmute the stream, I guess I just want to say like, it is good that he's talking to people here. I think that is very necessary. That he, listens to some feedback and hopefully he learns. The fact that he is a 40-year-old man though and did not have some of the common sense on the shit that he's been fucking like doing, like, Jesus, bro. Jesus, why do you call me sweetie too? That's what I was gonna say. I didn't want to say anything, but bro, why? It's so gay. Oh man. But yeah, I think this is a step in the right direction. But we'll have to see how this continues. It's just fucking crazy.
Dude, did you get on a different Gmail account to try to like trick me?
No, I just used the same link you sent me before.
No, dude, but your profile pic is
But my
different.
profile picture is different. Yeah, no, I switched it from Lion Maker to Basherverse. That's it. It's the same. You just click X on the profile picture and put a new one up, you know?
To try to trick me. Was that your tactic?
No, it wasn't a trick. I just thought it was funny that I kept bringing up like pedophile Minecraft YouTubers as my profile picture.
All right. Okay. What? So tell me about what are your do you have grifting allegations?
Um, Not so much that I wanted to talk about that, but it wouldn't be so much grifting so much as like I guess just trying to see the question that I have specifically. So I'll just ask it directly.
Yep.
Do you prioritize views and internet fame over your principles?
Absolutely not. Here's the thing though. Are you a YouTuber?
Like YouTuber as a hobby? Yes. YouTuber as a profession? No, never.
Okay. What is your most viewed video?
My most viewed video is talking about Halo. I think it was like a rant video I posted. It got like
views does it have? How many views does it have?
like 23k videos, 23k I think, or something like that. Yeah, no, it wasn't bad, but like it was just something I posted overnight. It was kind of when like 343 was fucking with Infinite and just kind of ruining it, and so I just had like a stupid rant video and probably the least effort I ever put into a video, but that had the views. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Look, here is uh, yes, 100% principles are more important than views, but let me give you a situation.
I could actually, I think I know what you're getting into because it's something that I wanted to bring up. Is that like there was a trend in your viewership because I was looking through your channel and I could understand exactly where you're coming from in the sense of you've done like you've done way different videos than just like the woke shit. Like you have your like your retrospectives, looking at what went wrong. But your first video that really popped off like way above 100k was the why did games come soft, and I think it was that keyword soft. And I think you yourself noticed right after that, like your other videos would not perform as well if you had, like a more like soft, woke, like using like these very keywords. So I understand where you're going from if you want to continue that.
Well, wait, are you saying that I was soft and woke in
No. What I'm saying is you saw that those like type of words, like using those words and like kind of like these type of talking points would get you way more view. Like that was getting far more traction than what you were doing prior.
Right. And the here's why I don't view it as a grift is because I very much look, we're all complicated human beings. You have 10 different values at once. Maybe you're anti-woke, you're this, you're that. It's not that I am lying about my values. It's just what do you do when the algorithm okay, when you have 10 different values, 10 different things you like milk, cheese, butter, eggs, whatever. When the algorithm is only favoring one of those, which one do you talk about? You can talk about them all equally and get like less views and just completely ignore views, which is I often do that with videos. You'll notice maybe a couple months or weeks ago, I put out like I put out a video knowing it was going to get like 20,000 views, which is nothing. And it was like, okay, but like I still enjoyed it and I still put it out. Um the podcast thing that I was doing with those two buddies of mine, we did an episode on Prey and we did an episode on Starfield, and they both got like, it was like barely 10,000 views on either of those. And I was like, well, I enjoyed doing that. And that's why I put those out. But what YouTube does kind of encourage you towards is like, hey, keep making videos in this vein. This is what your audience likes. Your audience wants to hear more about this topic. So it's like, I wake up every day and I'm like, I could talk about 10,000 different topics, but I know that my YouTube audience wants to hear about this topic. So I don't think that makes me a grifter. I think it's just like it's just natural to focus on a niche.
Oh yeah, no, and again, I'm not saying grifter here, so like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, like that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I would argue when it comes to like the prioritization of like what do you value more? Do you value your principles or your views? The reason I bring that up is because like in the Actman debate, you yourself said too that you'd always had these views. It wasn't like that you completely shifted. You were always against wokeness and things like that, but you weren't willing to talk about it until it got you the views. And these are
No,
videos that
that's
are
not
very
true.
strongly
That's not
passionate.
true. That's not
Are you
true,
sure?
dude.
That's
Oh,
something you said
absolutely.
within the video
Brother.
that you were not willing to talk about it as passionately, and but once you saw an upward trend, that's where you
Oh
see like
no.
it's within your own channel. Unless if you want to clarify.
Oh no, dude. So on the Xbox channel, I talked about woke stuff all the time, but none of that stuff would ever trend on Xbox. I would still keep making those videos all the time. Like I had for some reason my audience on my old Xbox channel was a little bit more liberal, I think, and they did not like my anti-woke takes. And so I still had those opinions. I would still make those videos,
Could I
but
ask why you unlisted all the videos or privated them?
I think because I'm kind of disillusioned about Xbox the past year. Like I'm just not confident in Xbox as a brand anymore. And so
But for those videos themselves, even if you're like not with Xbox, would you say that like you don't hold any of those values in of those same videos, or would you still hold those values? It's just you don't want the association to Xbox anymore.
yeah, it's not really about my values changing. It's about I feel like Xbox has gone to shit as a brand, and I don't really believe uh I did believe in Xbox as a brand at one point, and I don't think I believe in them anymore as a brand. And so it's not really a shift in my values, it's a shift in Xbox changed, and I just didn't want to talk about Xbox anymore. And also like when you start talking about like a console, and this was I just didn't
I don't
know.
want to cut you off. I don't really care about the Xbox shit. Like I kind of want to focus on the main point, which is the
Yeah,
shift of content in general.
yeah, yeah.
And I guess like going back like with your more recent videos and you know the ones that have been doing extremely well, something I think that you yourself notice, and again I think you're smart for doing it, is that you notice that like by being unapologetic in your language, by saying things that I think a lot of people right now may be scared of pointing out. I think that's what got you like your initial following, or what got you like why you have so many more views now. And since you saw that, you took a hold of it. The reason why I say do you prioritize your views over your principles is because I believe if this was something you were genuinely passionate about, something that like really spoke true to you, the overusage of like woke, or talking about the pussification of gains, if this was something that you held true to you like on a passionate level, this would have been something you had been making videos of far before they got big. And that the way that
It
they're being
was.
spammed
It
out right
was.
now,
It was.
looking at your past
So,
videos, it seems like you were far more
mhm.
passionate about retrospectives and talking about what went wrong, not going directly into, well, it's woke trash. But ever since that popped off, that's all you've talked about, because those are the views you get. And I'm not saying that you don't hold those views. What I'm
Did
saying is you were not nearly as passionate about the videos you were making. You realize that that is what's going to get you views. And that's why it's not something that, like the value proposition of what I'm trying to
I
say.
have all these sweetie, I have all these
Why do you
values
call people sweetie? Like,
because
can I ask that? It
be-
sounds super fucking gay. Like,
it's because I'm talking down to you, Walter. I'm talking down to you because you don't understand simple things and I'm explaining them for
then
you.
like call me a retard, but like sweetie, like that, you sound like a fucking Karen, bro. Like that shit sounds retarded.
Okay, I will call you a retard.
Thank you.
Retard. Retard. retard Walter. I believe all of those things. Those are all
And
different values.
I did not say you didn't believe it. What I said was, to the level at which you span these videos out, this is not something that you're genuinely passionate about and think that needs to be heard. You do it because you prioritize the views. And a part of what shows that is the fact that you're willing to unlist videos the second people disagree with you. Or and when did I say you were grifting? Don't put words in my mouth.
That doesn't.
I am not saying that you're grifting. What I'm saying is that you do prioritize views and you prioritize the money over principles. Because if it was a principle no, because here's, for me, when it comes to my video, you're like, well, your videos don't do well, right? They don't do right because I don't make videos just so it can get views. I make videos. I don't want to be. I make videos because I want to, and I make it on things I want to and things I'm passionate about.
Okay, so you want to continue to be a failure.
It's not my career. It's not my career, so it doesn't matter to me.
Do you understand how the algorithm works? I passionately hold the 10 different values in front of you. The algorithm is saying, hey, value number 6, I want you to make a video about. I still have values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't care if YouTube wants me to keep making videos about value 6. It doesn't change my values just because I produce videos about a certain subject matter. Look, lifting guy, there's a lifting guy out there who's like, oh, but I also make cakes and I make pies and I do woodwork. Look, dude, YouTube doesn't give a shit. If you want to be successful on YouTube, YouTube is asking for a specific kind of content. That doesn't mean that you're morally compromised in any way. You're just a dumb fucking kid and you don't know what you're talking about.
Right, because you prioritize the views. I get it, because that's your priority. That is something that you hold value to, and that's okay. That's just what I'm trying to point across to you.
This is why you're not successful. This is why you're not successful. Look. Somebody
successful. Well, how do you define success? Because I again, when it comes to YouTube views, I don't care. Because that's not what I'm not trying to make it big on YouTube. If that's something you want to do and that's something you're succeeding on, that's great.
You're succeeding at failing. Good job, Walter. You're succeeding at failing. Dude, you're not compromised. Look. Let me you're a young child. Maybe you don't understand how the world works, so I'll explain it to you. Let's say you're an artist and you do many artists have had this quandary. I went to art school, actually, so I know I've experienced this quandary many times in my life. Mm-hmm. As an artist, you can do 10 different kinds of paintings. You can do landscapes, you can do portraits, you can do whatever. Now you're just a poor artist and you're making no money. Company A calls you and says, hey, dude, we don't want still lifes or portraits or whatever. We only want landscapes. We're only willing to pay you for your landscape paintings. We will pay you $500 for each of your landscape paintings. And perhaps it's like, okay, I'm going to enjoy all my paintings, but if I want a little bit of money, I'm going to just do landscape paintings and I'm going to sell that to them. That doesn't mean that I'm compromised as an artist in any way. It just means that the way that the market is set up and the way that YouTube is set up is such that YouTube wants to send you down a subject matter. YouTube wants to set you up as a subject matter expert on a specific thing. It doesn't mean that artist can't do all 10 different kinds of paintings. It doesn't mean that the artist doesn't enjoy doing all 10 kinds of paintings. But
so do you understand the difference? Hang on. Right?
But hang on. YouTube is calling you up on the phone and saying, hey, we don't give a shit about your other paintings. If you want to keep giving us landscape paintings, we will pay you $500 for each of them. Does it make sense now?
Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense. Okay. Like, and what I'm trying to say, so first off, for me, and I don't disagree with anything you said there. So here's the point that I'm willing to make. When it comes to YouTube, this isn't my job. So when you say like, oh, you're failing, this isn't what I do for a living. This is my job is complete. This is a hobby. This is a hobby. I don't spend nearly as much time, right? Now, when it comes to the difference, like people have pointed out, this is what you value. I'm trying to get a gauge on what you value. So when you talk about algorithm, and it's like, yeah, you would probably still get less views, but those videos that you've done before, your retrospectives, talking about things that you're probably passionate about, sure, they didn't get as much views, but it still would probably be enough to put food on the plate if this is your career. Would you argue that or no?
No, dude. No. I have a full-time job and I don't make I have a full-time job and I
So
don't make
YouTube isn't your career.
Oh, no. No, dude. I have a full-time job. I do not make enough on
So
YouTube
you value the algorithm over like videos you genuinely be passionate about. Like is that
Well, dude, dude, it goes back to are you an artist?
like no,
Or
I wouldn't say I'm an artist now.
have you ever been paid for anything like maybe your writing, or have you been paid to be a musician, or have you ever been paid for like making anything?
Yeah, editing, video editing, yeah.
Okay, you've been paid for video editing.
Hmm.
So think of it this way. You have 10 different kinds of videos that you can edit. Um Now, all of those different kinds of videos will pay you 5 cents, but if you make a video about economics, if you edit that one from that client, they will pay you $500. Are you a compromised or a less moral individual somehow now for taking that money and making that particular kind of video?
Again, you're equating this to something that's like your career, but you've already established YouTube isn't your
What does
career.
it have to do with career? What does it have to do with career?
Because you're talking about things where you're doing this for money, because that's what you prioritize. Like when I do my job, when I put in my 40 hours, I'm doing that not because I like whatever I'm doing. Oh, I'm super passionate about it. Yeah, I'm doing it for money. Of course, that's what my job is. That's not YouTube. That's completely separate. When it comes to YouTube, and especially when it comes to discussion and gaming discussion, what a lot of people value, and I think why you garnered a large reputation, is because like a lot of the shit you were saying was resonating with people, but because it was principle based. And then when you spam and regurgitate all this content, it's not coming from a genuine principle standard. It's because you're prioritizing the views because you know it's going to work in the algorithm. And again, the reason it works is because once you got fucking folded and you had to take an L, you decided the best thing to do was to hide content because you care about your public image.
But it's my principles. It's still my principle. I make anti-woke content because that is my principle. So I'm not doing anything unprincipled by continuing to make anti-woke content. Here's the thing, Walter. You're a failure and you're not successful on YouTube, but perhaps one day when you are successful, you
I don't think being successful on YouTube equates to success in any actual way. Holy shit, what a fucking retard. He couldn't handle it.